My maid is pregnant for my husband. For weeks, Julie's home usually filled with the soft rhythm of chores, clattering dishes, and Evelyn's humming voice felt strangely heavy. The young house help moved slower, spoke less, and avoided Julie's eyes like someone carrying a secret too heavy for her shoulders. At first, Julie chalked it up to tiredness. The Hamatan season was creeping in, and everyone seemed drained by the dusty winds and lingering heat. But one afternoon, when Julie walked into the kitchen and saw Evelyn sitting on a stool, palms pressed to her forehead, a sudden wave of nausea hitting her, Julie's heart tightened with concern. "Evelyn, are you all right?" Julie asked gently, moving closer. Evelyn nodded too quickly, too nervously. Her eyes darted away. Julie didn't push further. Not yet. But that night, after Danny returned home unusually late and unusually silent, barely touching his dinner and retreating quickly to their bedroom, Julie felt the cracks widening. Something was slipping between the walls of her house, something dark and unspoken, that neither of them dared to acknowledge. 2 days later, the truth forced itself out. Julie was arranging laundry when she noticed a small brown envelope tucked inside Evelyn's drawer. She wasn't snooping, just organizing, but the hospital name printed on it made her heart thump. Her hands trembled as she opened it, and her breath left her. A pregnancy test. Positive. Julie's chest froze. Evelyn was barely 20 years old. She stormed out of the room, calling Evelyn's name with a voice she barely recognized as her own. Evelyn walked in slowly, hands trembling, eyes already wet with unshed tears. She looked like a child about to be punished. "Evelyn," Julie whispered, her voice breaking, "who is responsible for this?" Evelyn's lips shook. Her silence answered before she could force the words out. "Ma, it's your husband." The world around Julie stilled. Time seemed to stop. Her husband. The man she trusted with her life. The man she had vowed to build a home with, to grow old beside. For a moment, Julie thought her legs would give way beneath her. Betrayal didn't come like thunder. It came like a slow, cold blade sliding into the heart, precise and devastating. "Why?" was all Julie could ask, though she knew no answer could heal the wound that had just opened inside her. Evelyn broke into sobs, falling to her knees on the kitchen floor. Through tears and gasping breaths, she explained how it started one evening when Julie had traveled to the village for her mother's medical checkup. One evening that turned into another. One mistake that grew into a terrible secret that consumed her with guilt every day. Danny had promised it would never happen again, swore it was a moment of weakness. Evelyn said she tried to avoid him afterward, staying in her room, finishing her chores quickly. She said she was scared to tell Julie, terrified of losing her job, terrified of what the truth would destroy. Julie didn't know whether to scream or cry, but the pain hit like a storm, washing over everything she thought she knew about her marriage, her home, her life. When Danny walked into the house that evening, he knew from Julie's face that the truth had surfaced. He didn't deny it. He didn't even try. His shoulders slumped under the weight of his guilt, his shame visible before he spoke a single word. "Julie, don't," she said quietly, raising her hand. "Just don't." There are moments that divide a life into before and after. This was Julie's. She didn't throw things or curse fate or demand explanations. She simply walked away from him, from the lies, from the version of her marriage she thought she had built with love and trust. As for Evelyn, Julie couldn't find it in herself to hate the young woman. Evelyn was a victim of a man who should have known better, a man who had abused his position and power in the most despicable way. Julie made arrangements for Evelyn to stay with a cousin in another town, ensuring she had support and resources for the difficult months ahead. In the silence that followed, Julie began the painful work of rebuilding not her marriage, but herself. Some betrayals, she learned, don't just break trust. They shatter the very foundation of who you thought you were.